Hey up everyone, welcome to my video. I hope you're all well and you're looking after yourself on this Tuesday. Today's video is going to be part 4 of me Forgotten Rugby League Clubs series. So I've already done Cumberland University and I've also done Annandale, and tonight I'm going to be doing another team. Now I've had a few messages from people and a few requests for people asking which team they want and requesting teams, and the overwhelming majority of yous all said that they wanted to see a video on the Hunter Mariners. So tonight's video, part 4, is going to be on the Hunter Mariners. Now I'm just going to be doing a brief overview of the club. I'm going to be talking about some of the players that played for the club, some of the results they had, and we're just going to have a chat about the Hunter Mariners tonight. So the Hunter Mariners only played one season in the, you could see, NRL / Super League competition. They played in that one and only year where the competition was split down the middle and they were a Super League club owned by News Limited, and they played in Newcastle. So Newcastle Knights were already an established team up there, and Hunter Mariners were founded to try to sway people to go over and support them in the Super League. But they were actually founded on the 28th of April 1995. The Super League had planned to start off a bit earlier, but they had legal issues, they had court battles, all that keeper, and it wasn't until 1997 that Hunter Mariners got to play their first match. They played their games at the Toppers Stadium, it was called back then, which was also the home ground of the Newcastle Breakers football team. It's also a greyhound racing track, and I think it still is a greyhound racing track today. Interestingly, with the Hunter Mariners, they won 7 games in a row at home there, but they didn't win a single match away from home in their existence while in the Super League. They were deeply unpopular up in Newcastle. You can watch some videos on YouTube where you get Matthew Johns, Andrew Johns, Paul Harrigan talking about the time, what it was like up there in the mid to late 90s when you had the Hunter Mariners and the Newcastle team both competing for supporters, both competing for results. It got really ugly, it got really nasty. The founder of the Super League, you could see, John Raybo, he actually come out and said years later that the only reason why the Hunter Mariners were created was to rub Newcastle's face in it and to show them what they were missing in the Super League. And they were solely created for that reason. They weren't created for any other reason but to just do that. Now, the Hunter Mariners missed the final series in their one and only year in the Super League, but after the Super League season had finished, they were invited to play in the World Club Challenge. And this World Club Challenge had a number of different teams, not just one or two. And the Hunter Mariners ended up making the grand final of the World Club Challenge against Brisbane. And the match was played at Mount Smart Stadium in Auckland, which is, I think it's called Ericsson Stadium now. And they lost 36 points to 12 in that game, and that was officially their last ever match. At the end of 1997, the Hunter Mariners approached the Gold Coast Chargers at that time and said, look, the competition's being rationalised, let's make a deal, let's become a club and save both ourselves. And the Gold Coast turned around and said, sorry, we're not interested. But what the Gold Coast had and the Hunter Mariners were proposing, especially the Hunter Mariners, was they wanted to merge with the Gold Coast and become the Gold Coast Mariners, and then move their operations from Newcastle up to the Gold Coast at Carrara there. Also, with the Hunter Mariners, their average crowd was only 7,000 people, whereas the Newcastle Knights in that year in 1997 were averaging double that, 14,000 people. Now, the Hunter Mariners had actually some pretty notable players and some players that went on to go and do other things with their career after. And I'm just going to get my list here and read out their final ever match that they played in the Super League against Cronulla. So at fullback you had Robbie Ross, and then you had John Carlaw in the centres. He went on to play for other clubs. Scott Hill and Brett Kamali in the half pairing. And then you also had Tyron Smith, and you had Richard Swain, who ended up winning a premiership with Melbourne in 1999. They also had a very young Willie Mason playing for them in the lower grade competitions. If you don't believe me, there's a photo on Google somewhere of Willie Mason wearing a Hood Mariners t-shirt. And also Ryan O'Hara, who played for Canberra, West Tigers and New South Wales. He started his career at the Hood Mariners in the lower grades. I think what really sealed the Hood Mariners' fate, in my own opinion, is the fact that in that 1997 year, the Hood Mariners missed the finals, they weren't popular, and Newcastle Knights in the ARL competition won the premiership, and the way they won the premiership was very exciting, and it was a nail-biting finish, and I think Newcastle winning the premiership pretty much sealed the Hood Mariners' fate. So that's me Forgotten Rugby League Club's Part 4 video of the Hood Mariners. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it a like. If you're enjoying the content that I'm making, subscribe to the channel and share it with your friends and family. Get them involved with the discussions and get them involved with the videos. I'd like to know people's opinions on the videos that I'm making. Do you enjoy them or not? And if you got some spare time, go over to Rugby League History. That's my Facebook page on Instagram and Facebook. I'll put a link in the description below for both of those. But as always, everyone, I'll catch you all later. I'm making part 5 tomorrow. Make sure that you're ready for that. Go check it out. And I'll catch you all later. Alright, tatty bye.